Mom, Dad,
Yes, baby.
I have read a very interesting love story. Now I am curious how you two met. Can you share me about it?
Go ask your dad.
Oh baby, I remember that many girls are throwing down soups to me, but your mom got my attentions. When I first saw her, I told to myself that she's the one.
Hey, stop it. But I remember on our first date, he made me choose what salad I want. And you know, baby, I joked him and said I want neither. And then it's so funny how his face turns pale.
Oh no, I was just scared to fail to impress you because the salad is the only menu I can cook.
But you know, baby, your dad prepared all on our first date. Even the food, the venue, he prepared it all.
Oh yes, I remember. It was been before 2 weeks before our date. I prepare all the ingredients just to make it perfect for our first date.
Oh, how sweet of you, Dad. You truly put some effort to win Mom's heart. When did he propose to you, Mom?
So your dad proposed to me 6 months after our first date.
I was just too nervous on that day because I thought your mom will say no to my proposal.
No, baby, you know, love at first sight is really possible. And that happens to me the moment I saw your dad when I was a part-time receptionist. And the feeling is my heart beats fast and I say to myself that I want to know him better.
Mhm. You really have an interesting love story, Mom and Dad. Someday when I become a writer, I will feature your love story in one of my works.
Aww.
She is Singaporean poet and educator. In 1985 to 1986, NUS Poetry and Short Story Writing Competition, she won the first place in poetry and an honorable mention in the short story category. Additionally, her writings have appeared in a variety of publications, including Silver Chris and The Straits Times. And so, yeah, so having her live interview here at the Creative Cafe. Welcome to Leads Talk. Let's welcome our guest speaker for today, Miss Heng Sok Chan. I have read your story, A Choice of Two Salads. Your story revolves around Martin and Cherry. Martin is a full-blooded male and much older than Cherry, and he is a single expatriate who had no lack of dealing coquettes or sarong party girls throwing at him. On the other hand, Cherry is an orphan who is undated and cynical, trusting, intelligent, willing to learn, and unspoiled. And on their honeymoon, she was described as the perfect Asian bride. And based from how you describe the two characters, Martin is what we call the playboy, and Cherry is the pure and loyal one. In terms of setting, maybe it is a place where there are a lot of bars and clubs, since Martin is known as a playboy and a man who is not ready for commitment. It is also mentioned in the story that sarong party girls are willing to throw themselves at Martin, and we all know that sarong party girls are beautiful Singaporean girls who are spotted at clubs and bars and looking for wealthy Western men. And that setting of the story simply strengthens the personality even to the characters. But can you please explain again the plot of the story for the viewers and the readers?
Yes, of course. So I describe Martin as someone that is unlikable, who is a man that is not ready for commitment and is just enjoying the life of being single and ready to mingle. So I put together the two different characters with two different personalities, and it seems to compare that the two different characters of the story is giving them the positive and negative personality that a person can possess when it comes to relationships. So Martin is the dynamic character while the Cherry is the static one. So Martin, we can see that he changed throughout the story from someone who is not committed to anyone, but when it comes to Cherry, he was ready to commit. I wrote it to be understandable to readers, so I started the story by describing the characters, which is Martin and Cherry. So the characters who has two different personalities makes them more interesting, especially it is about love, right? So the reader might wonder why the story is entitled A Choice of Two Salads. So it is because Martin made two salads for Cherry on their first date in order to impress Cherry, and she ate both. However, the salad symbolizes Martin's escape from the clutches of commitment by running away from his past relationship when he was in high school in order to discover the frontiers of exotic Asia. So salads are the only dishes Martin can make back on his bachelor days. Since he decided to make it to Cherry, it means that he really is ready to commit. And in that moment, Cherry ate not only one but both of the salads. So that is the cue or clue for Martin that Cherry is the right one. So the title itself was used to represent something that is big when it comes to relationship and commitment.
So, Miss Heng Xiong Chan, how did you write the story?
So it is written in the ordinary form, which means it lacks rhyme and pattern. Instead, it employs a narrative style that concentrates on portraying the events and the feelings of the characters. So I also use different figurative of speech there.
Yes, I noticed you say simile. You describe Cherry like a pin-up model when she stood up at his threshold of the door. It seems like you can compare Cherry's appearance to a pin-up model, emphasizing her attractiveness and capturing the reader's attention.
Yes, you're good, huh?
Yeah. There's also metaphor in there, wherein there's a scene where Cherry, who was at the kitchen table, completing her term essay for her university course. In that scene, you are comparing Cherry being at the kitchen table to completing the term essay, suggesting that she is focused and engaged in her studies.
That's right. You're also good.
I also noticed there's a hyperbole wherein
Yes, what's
in
that?
this statement, his first instinct was to hold her by her slim waist and lift up her no, no,
Noble body.
noble body,
Yes.
noble body, just to gauge how effort he would need if he wanted to hold her up. So this exaggerated statement emphasizes Martin's strong physical attraction to Cherry, right?
Yes.
And his desire to hold her effortlessly.
Very impressive. So I would also like to add the personification. So I wrote, wherein I said that every movement sent some thrill within him. So the thrill is described as it was the ability to recall, attributing the human qualities to an abstract sensation.
Oh, I noticed that there's also an irony in there, wherein there is a scene wherein Cherry in her freshness did not help when she hovered close and watched the grill, brushing by him ever so softly when she turned here or there. This sentence highlights the ironic situation where Cherry's action intensify Martin's desire for her, while also making it challenging for him to maintain control and focus on cooking.
Yes, very good. You two are very impressive, huh? You're impressing me. So I really can see that you have read my story. So now it's my turn to ask you. So you have said that you have read the choice of two salads. So my question is, what is the moral of the story? What have you learned from my story?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I learned a message that you're conveying about the transformative power of love and the unexpected ways it can enter one's life. So through Martin's story, you explores the contrast between his adventurous past and his desire for a meaningful, committed relationship. Martin's initial attempts to impress Cherry with his cooking reflect his understanding of what he believes will win her over. However, Cherry reveals that her decision to marry him was not based on his culinary efforts, but rather on deeper qualities she had recognized in him.
How about you, Shaina?
The author wants to remind the readers that love can come when least expected, often in simple and genuine moments, rather than through grand gestures or superficial attractions. Martin's journey from seeking excitement and avoiding commitment to finding fulfillment and stability illustrates the transformative nature of love. It also emphasizes the importance of genuine connection, shared values, and the willingness to embrace a more settled and fulfilling life.
Yes, you two are both right. I really want to encourage the readers to appreciate and the unexpected paths of love that can take, and to recognize the value of the authenticity of the emotional connection in relationships. And that's all. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you too for spending your time here with us.
Thank you. I really enjoyed.